Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about the systems with variable thermal conductivity. In the previous lectures, we have discussed or derived the equations for the plane wall, cylinder, sphere and composite wall, but assuming that K is a constant. So when the thermal conductivity is constant, then what is the rate of heat transfer that we have already derived and discussed. Now today we are going to discuss when the thermal conductivity is variable with temperature, then what is the rate of heat transfer? So for first case, that is plane wall. So it is with variable K. And if you assume that if the K equal to K naught 1 plus alpha T, where K naught and alpha are the empirical constant, small k is thermal conductivity, capital T is the temperature in Kelvin, and X is the thickness. Then how the equation is changed? So for that purpose, we should first write Fourier law, that is Q equal to minus Ka dt upon dx for the plane wall case. We can rearrange this equation like Q into dx equal to minus Ka dt. Now we have to write this K in this equation, that K naught into 1 plus alpha T. So we can write the equation as minus, instead of K, K naught into 1 plus alpha T A dt, right? So we can apply the integration and the limits, that is x equal to 0, then t equal to t1 and x equal to x, then t equal to t2. So by applying the integration, we get the equation like this. K naught A is constant, so we can take it separately. Integration in bracket 1 plus alpha t dt, right? So integration limits are t1 to t2. Now in this case, we can solve this integration, that is 1 dx or dx is nothing but x, limits are 0 to x. And for this minus K naught A, we are going to solve this integration. 1 dt, it means t, alpha is constant again, t dt, the integration is t square upon 2. And the limits are t1 to t2. Now put the values of limits, that is upper limit minus lower limit. So it becomes x minus 0 equal to minus K naught A. Now for this t, t2 minus t1 plus alpha upon 2. Instead of t square, now it becomes t2 square minus t1 square, right? So this left hand side become x minus 0 means x only, minus K naught A. Now we can take the t2 minus t1 as common, t2 minus t1. So here 1 plus alpha upon 2, and from this t2 minus t1, it means a square minus b square equation. So a square minus b square is equal to a minus b, a plus b, right? So we can take the common, that is t2 minus t1 from this t2 square minus t1 square. So we can write this here a plus b only, because a minus b, that is t2 minus t1, is already taken as a common factor. So it becomes t2 plus t1, right? Now this becomes q into, or q equal to, now this minus sign can be multiplied to this equation, and this becomes t1 minus t2 in bracket 1 plus alpha upon 2 t2 plus t1 and divided by x. So this is the final equation for the rate of heat transfer for the plane wall case, but with variable k. And the k value for this equation is k equal to k naught into 1 plus alpha t. So we can derive the different equations in the same manner for the thermal conductivity with variable temperature. So the second case is cylinder with variable k. Now in this case, if we assume that k relate to temperature through this equation, that is k naught into 1 plus alpha t plus beta t square, and R1, R2 are the inner radius and outer radius, T1 and T2 are the inside and outside temperature, and alpha, beta and k naught are the empirical constants, and where k is the thermal conductivity. So what is the rate of heat transfer for this cylinder case when it is variable with k? So for this case, again we should write the Fourier law for the cylinder case now. So it becomes q equal to minus ka dt upon dr. Now we can put the value of k, that is k naught into 1 plus alpha t plus beta t square into area for the cylinder. So it is 2 pi RL and dt upon dr. Now we can rearrange the equation. So we can take the dr and r term on the left hand side. So it becomes q into dr upon r equal to minus k naught 1 plus alpha t plus beta t square 2 pi L and dt, right? So this r and dr on the left hand side. So we can apply the integration limits and the integration. So when r is equal to r1, then t equal to t1, and when r is equal to r2, then t equal to t2. Put these integration limits or boundary limit, dr upon r, r1 to r2 minus, now we can write the constants together. So it is k naught, then 2 pi L, right? And we can write this integration limits for 1 plus alpha t plus beta t square dt, right? So by solving the integration, we get for this dr by r, integration is ln of r limits r1 to r2. Then minus k naught 2 pi l, solving the integration 1 dt, it means t. Alpha is constant. Now this t dt, it means t square upon 2 plus beta is constant, t square dt, it means t cube by 3, and the limits are t1 to t2. Now ln of r, if you apply this limit, ln of r2 minus ln of r1, equal to minus k naught 2 pi l, and put this upper limit minus lower limit to all these parameters, that is it becomes t2 minus t1 plus alpha by 2 t square, now it becomes t2 square minus t1 square plus beta by 3 t2 cube minus t1 cube. So we have applied the upper limit and lower limits to this equation. Now with the help of log rule, we can write this equation as ln of r2 by ln of r1, then minus k naught 2 pi l. We can take the t2 minus t1 as common from this parameter. So this t2 minus t1, now it becomes 1 plus alpha by 2. So from this equation again, a square minus b square. So the formula for a square minus b square is a square minus b square equal to a minus b, a plus b. So with this formula, we can write this t2 square minus t1 square as t2 minus t1 into t2 plus t1. So we are taking this t2 minus t1 as a common factor. So the remaining is t2 plus t1. Then beta by 3. And now this formula for a cube minus b cube. So we can write this a cube minus b cube like that. A minus b, a square plus ab plus b square. So with the help of this formula, we can write this t2 cube minus t1 cube as t2 minus t1, that is common, and remaining is t2 square plus t1 t2 plus t1 square, right? So this minus sign again multiplied to t2 minus t1, and it becomes t1 minus t2, and this parameter can be on the right hand side. So I'm writing this 2 pi l k naught t1 minus t2 upon this ln of r2 by r1 in bracket 1 plus alpha by 2 t2 plus t1 plus beta by 3 t2 square plus t1 t2 plus t1 square total bracket. So this is the final equation for the rate of heat transfer for the cylinder case where the thermal conductivity is variable with temperature in the this equation form, right? So in this way we can again solve the third equation for sphere case. Hollow sphere with variable K. That is, thermal conductivity is variable with temperature in this form, that is K equal to K naught 1 plus alpha T plus beta T square. The remaining things, that is R1, R2 are the inner and outer radius, T1 and T2 are the inside and outside temperatures. Small k is thermal conductivity, K naught alpha beta are the empirical constants. Then what is the rate of heat transfer? So for this purpose, again we have to take Fourier law as a basic equation. For the sphere now, Q equal to minus Ka dt upon dr, right? So the area of sphere is 4 pi r square and the value of K is K naught 1 plus alpha T plus beta T square. So I will just put this equation in the given format. K equal to K naught 1 plus alpha T plus beta T square. Then the area of sphere is 4 pi r square dt upon dr. So we can rearrange the equation, that is r terms on the left hand side for applying the integration. So q into dr upon r square equal to minus K naught 1 plus alpha T plus beta T square 4 pi dt. So this r square and dr on the left hand side. So we can put the limits and apply the integration, as r is equal to r1 when t is equal to t1 and r equal to r2 when t is equal to t2. So these are the inner radius, outer radius, and inner temperature and outer temperature respectively. So apply this to the above equation, r1 to r2 minus K naught. Now I am combining these constants together, that is 4 pi and integration 1 plus alpha T plus beta T square dt. Limits are T1 to T2. We can solve this integration. So dr upon r square means minus 1 by r. Then minus K naught 4 pi. The integration of 1 dt is t. Alpha is constant. The integration of t dt is t square by 2 plus beta is constant. T square dt integration is t cube by 3. The limits apply to T1 to T2. Now we can take this minus sign separately. Minus q, and we are using the upper limit minus lower limit formula. 1 by r means 1 by r2 minus 1 by r1 equal to minus K naught 4 pi. So for this t, it becomes T2 minus T1 plus alpha by 2. Now this t square becomes T2 square minus T1 square plus beta by 3 T2 cube minus T1 cube. Now this minus sign multiplied to this bracket, it becomes 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2, then minus K naught 4 pi. Now we can take the T2 minus T1 as a common. then here 1 only plus alpha by 2. Now this T2 square minus T1 square can be written as T2 minus T1, that is common factor, and multiplied by T2 plus T1 plus beta by 3. And again we are using this a cube minus b cube formula, a minus b, that is common, in the bracket a square plus ab plus b square. It means T2 square plus T1 T2 plus T1 square, right? So we can write this q into cross multiplication R2 minus R1 upon R1 R2. We can multiply this minus sign to this bracket. It becomes T1 minus T2, and the remaining bracket is same, right? So we can write this q as 4 pi k naught T1 minus T2 divided by this R2 minus R1 upon R1 R2. This R2 minus R1 upon R1 R2, that can be written here, and remaining bracket is same, that is 1 plus alpha by 2 T1 plus T2 plus beta by 3 T2 square plus T1 T2 plus T1 square. So this is the final equation for the rate of heat transfer for sphere when the thermal conductivity is variable with temperature, with this equation, that is K equal to K naught into 1 plus alpha T plus beta T square. Thank you.